So I just want you to know that this is one of the reasons why we're here today, and not just what we're saying here to you, but to others. We want you to share the message with others. There is hope out here for everybody here in Stark County. And so thank you all again for coming. And so Kelly Williams is our first speaker. Kelly worked with us in our call-ins, adults and juveniles. And he also had worked in a project this past year, Hope Project. He worked with different individuals who were really going through recovery situations, and we saw a lot of people who actually, did go through. And so I believe it works. It works with us communicating, supporting, and lifting you all up. Everyone in here, whether we're a provider or not, we need to work together even more for the people in Stark County. So Kelly, gonna come at this time.
Y'all put the clap.
All right.
Good morning, ladies and gents. I don't have any notes that I usually have because I really just want to, speak to you ladies from, my heart. Every single day, we all make some type of decision. And at that moment, we feel as if that decision is the right decision to make at that moment, right? Sometimes you think of like the future of what that consequence could be, whether it's a positive or a negative, or sometimes we don't look at it at all. We're just trying to survive and get through, saying that decision point that we, that we're facing at that moment. But just like you ladies, everybody in this room has made some type of decision that has got them in a bad space. I don't care who they are, where they work, what their demographic is. Everyone in this room has made some kind of decision that is not, the end result was not what we expected it to be. Me personally, I've made decisions growing up that landed me in juvenile institutions, to adult institutions, to coming home, to wanting to make a change not only for myself but for other people as well. I always thought that maybe I had to go down that road just to do what I'm doing right now. But then again, I also think that what if I just make the decision to do what I'm doing now because of the road I once traveled, not wanting other people to experience the same thing that I did. I know what it's like to have hopes and then your hopes die. I know what it's like to have a dream you can't see how you can make this dream come true. I know what it's like to have all these ideas and you want to push forward, but in the current circumstance, you may think that it doesn't allow you to move forward at all. But I also know what it's like to have that rejection too. That rejection of when you're locked up or you made a bad decision and you're trying to do the right thing, and the people that you're expecting to give you the most love and support, I'm not talking like a friend, a boyfriend, husband or wife. I'm not even talking that close. I'm talking like closer to that, like your family, like your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, somebody that you grew up with, that you just knew on the inside that if I can just reach out to them, I know they would help me. But what is that feeling like when they don't, and you expected them to? At that moment, we have another decision to make. We have a decision where we can bypass what they said that they're not going to assist us, or we can assist ourselves and move forward. Right, so the Bible says you got to encourage yourself in the Lord, and that really just means that you got to believe that God can do everything He said He would do for you if you push forward. Like nothing happens if we just stand still. Nothing would happen. Nobody would impact you in this room if we just walked up to the podium and looked at you, right? But we make impact with you if we can just tell you something that we went through personally that you may be experiencing right now. And my whole goal and hope is that when I'm doing these speeches or I'm talking to people, my only hope is that you guys will be inspired in some kind of way that you will move forward. People always told me that because I was incarcerated or things that I've done that I probably wouldn't be alive today. And that's probably true if I had not made the decision after I left Indian River to move to Columbus, Ohio and finish school. If I would have not made that decision, I probably would have stayed in Columbus, Ohio, running around with my brother, who's currently on death row, running around with some friends who's currently dead, or running around with some friends who's incarcerated still, from our 20s, and I'm 43 right now. I have friends that come home constantly, well, I can't say friends, I can say associates that come home constantly from being incarcerated. And the thing that I think that they struggle with the most is just believing that you can succeed. Like, we see people every single day, and we can see them successful in the business suit or whatever the case, but we don't know what it took for them to get to that point. Everyone that we see and that we know that has succeeded at some point, to us personally, they have had to go through something in order to reach that. And that takes more than just going to work every day. That takes more than just, going through the motions of doing what it is that you want to do. It takes like so much. It takes bottling all your pain, all your emotions, all your scars and everything, and just balling it up, and then reaching with inside, and then pulling it out and still moving forward with it in your hand sometimes. Because looking at it sometimes is what actually keeps me going forward. Like, this to me is like my sober living, right? So I wasn't an alcoholic, I wasn't a drug addict or anything of that sort, but I ran those streets. And my sober living is making sure that I continue to talk to people so that they don't enter the same roads that I did. Granted, you meet some people and they don't, but then you meet those who do, and that's the reward for me. So I may never ever see you ladies ever again, but I'm hoping that what I have to say to you today is something that will inspire you to, I'm not going to say stop doing what you're doing, because I don't know what you're doing. You ladies might be on the right path, but an assumption that most of us have in the community is that you're doing the same thing no matter what you're doing. You might have a job, but I bet you still hustling on the side. You might got everything together, but I bet you still, using some kind of drug. Even if you're totally clean, there's always somebody looking for something to just, I know, I'm just waiting for it. I never thought that was true until it happened to me. And that person that it happened from, I never thought that it would happen to. And so actually, every day I don't make that decision to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for them today so they can prove it, that I'm still not the same person. Do I still have same thoughts that I had in the past of like, when something's not going right, do I sometimes feel like doing something wrong? I'm a human being. Yes, I do. But do I think of them cell doors closing? Yeah. Do I think of them sirens chasing me through the street? Yeah. Do I think about them cold cuffs on my wrist? Yeah. Do I think about when that door closed at the county and you don't know when you coming home, even if you can make bond, because you might got something from the past that you don't even remember, right? So yes, I do have those thoughts, but I don't act on them. I don't act on them. Biblically, it says you're going to have those kind of thoughts, but what you're supposed to do is cast those thoughts down, right? So you just got to keep moving forward. You got to move forward. Get you a circle of people that's in your life that's going to be pushing you to do greater, right? And then maybe you can have somebody that you can pull up, that you can push them to do greater, because you're like mentoring them. And a lot of times when you're mentoring someone, it causes you just to act right, because you don't want to mess up in front of the person that you're doing this for. Could you imagine me doing all that I do within the community, working with the prosecutor's office, working with the police department, and then I end up on probation with him? Like, what would you think?
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised, me too. I would just be like, I cannot believe I'm in this position. But even if I was in that spot, would I stop doing what I'm doing? Nope. Because I made a bad choice. But that bad choice does not define me for the rest of my life. So what I want you ladies to understand is that maybe you did do something in the past that got you on probation or parole, whatever the case might be. Might have got you incarcerated, took you away from your family, but now you're back and you're right here again, so that means that you are still doing something positive that's going to keep you from going back in. It's hard out here. I think Canton is probably the hardest places I ever lived in. But because of that, that just gives me more like strength and ideas. The reason why we did the Hope Tour, we start from our is because we wanted people to know that there was somebody out there to help them. A lot of times I see just agencies like pop up at events, they don't talk to nobody, nothing. And they expect people to come by to their table. That's not helping. So I thought about, what if we just created an event where they had to talk to the people, where the people had to go to their table, so that their resources can be used and the people can get their resources too. So we did them with domestic violence, opiates, what else we do, reentry. We did all kinds of sorts of things over a 5-month period throughout the summer. So, just in closing, Pastor Moss and the prosecutor's office does events then, so that you ladies and gentlemen who that we do these for can just know that somebody's out there looking out for you. If you don't know us or never see us again, you can always look in this room or even call the prosecutor's office. Ask Pastor Moss to know that you're going to get some kind of service somewhere. Your probation orders and POs are to understand they're just doing a job, because if you had your job and then you would do the same exact thing, right? Right? So I know POs get a lot of flack about doing their job when we do the wrong thing. But you know what I'm saying, we just gotta give them the benefit of the doubt and understand that they didn't put you in this situation, we put ourselves in this situation, and it's up to us to work with them to get us out of the situation, all right? So with that, I just want you ladies to know, man, that hope is within, you can do it. Never give up on yourself. Don't talk bad about yourself because you got too many other people that can do that for you. Just keep positive thoughts in your mind and positive people around you. And just never give up, because the day you give up might be the day you was looking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. So, everything Kelly said is so true. And I was just thinking that, he mentioned that he works with us and we work in the prosecutor's office, and I was just thinking, how many counties have this is a prevention piece that we do. And it's awesome that this is available to our community, and you all have my card, and my number's all over the place, wherever that card is. That card is my peace card. It says, the one that says no violence. I pass those out in school, and that number there reaches my cell phone. And I deal with third grade kids. Somebody said, well, you need to go to the Head Start because of the issues that our kids are having, and they never, what happens, trauma, when people get traumatized, even as kids, and they don't get healed, you think when they become adults that they're healed. So these are things that we're dealing with. And somebody said, well, why are you working with third grade boys? Because I'm trying to keep them out of jail. I'm trying to keep them out and get into the system. So they said, well, you need to go down to second and first graders. So these are the challenges that we face. So that's one of the reasons we're here today. And Tarina Grimes is going to come. She's going to share. And, I know her personally. I know that she had been, come on, Tarina, come on up. I want to tell you a story. But, I believe that people, even who've been incarcerated, can change. Just like some people out here in the streets who've never been incarcerated, but they need to be changed. They just need a helping hand, right?
Right. My name is Tyria. My name is Tyria Grimes. It's a pleasure to see you all today, and I just want to let you know that I too have been a felon of many years, in and out of prison, 15 years. And I never thought that I was going to stop because I love the life, and I am not going to lie. But today, I love me more. Today, I love God more. Today, I see how much I love my children. So that's what put a stop to me running the streets, me going in and out of prison like, I didn't have nothing to lose. And at the time, I probably felt like I didn't because of my life, because of things that had happened in my past, which I never hold it against today. But I had to find the strength to say, well, I'm not coming back. I want to make a change. Because over and over, I came home. And over, I reached out. Maybe I wasn't reaching out to the right ones, but I reached out to those who I thought could help me. But in all reality, I had to help myself first. I could knock on many doors, and the doors would get shut in my face because it wasn't ready for those doors to be open because I hadn't even started working on me. In order to get a change within your life, you have to work on you no matter whether you have support or not. You can't get support if support can't see you working on you. But that's just as if you can't have a clean house and expect everything to go all right. So what I'm saying to you is that you have to change within. It don't happen overnight. People not going to help you overnight. Situations is not going to change. Your thoughts is not going to change overnight. But it takes step by step. And I had to learn it. Like, okay, well, why they not helping me? Or why they not giving me the advice that I need? Because you got to work on you. I got a brother. I got sisters. None of them ever been in jail, but I am the oldest. I have been shot in the head